All right, now let's talk about lean operations. So the focus of lean is to achieve a flow of materials, information or customers that delivers exactly what customers want with the same quantities. So what they want in the exact quantity, when needed, and where required at the lowest price. So there are five things that we are considering: what they want, at the quality they want, when, how, and least possible cost. So it's a mix of a lot of factors that are being considered, but the key idea is to make sure that the customer's demand are satisfied. And every part of it is in a streamlined way. It's a very idealistic situation, but the key idea is that everything is done in a more streamlined way to make sure everything is more precise. It results in items flowing rapidly and smoothly through the process. And then once this is set up, the process becomes very smooth because there are very little mistakes, very little bottlenecks, and then the process becomes really smooth and everyone knows what they are expected to do. Three perspectives of lean. There are three perspectives in which it's run. Lean is a philosophy of how to run operations. So the three key issues that define lean philosophy is that how the staff is involved, to how they drive continuous improvement, and the wasteful activities and waste is eliminated in the organization. That's the three perspectives of lean. Then lean is a method of planning a controlling operation. So lean, as the word says, it synchronizes everything and makes it in a streamlined manner. So uncoordinated flow causes unpredictability. If there is not no clear coordination, no one knows what is expected to do and what will happen next. Therefore, lean planning and control uses many methods to achieve a more synchronization of flow and reduce waste. Then it is a set of tools that improve performance. So that's like an engine room of lean philosophy that is a collection of improvement tools and techniques that are needed to cut out waste. So what happens is that when you are ensuring a more smoother flow and a more smoother level of activities, that leads to a more clear flow and how the operations are run in a more smooth manner. And that's the difference, and that leads to a lean methodology and a more streamlined process. Take a minute, read all what is mentioned here, and ask me any doubts. Is it clear to all of you? Can I get a thumbs up? Because this is something important for your exam to understand the overall knowledge of what lean is and what are the objectives within lean. All right. Then lean is based on four key elements. So the idea is that there can be a lot of productivity problems. There can be work in progress, downtime, instability, all that. But you have to make sure that you are always, your water level is always above these rocks so that your ship can still flow. There will always be issues. There will always be process roadblocks and all these things. However, you have to make sure you're staying above and not hinted into these rocks. That's the more logical approach towards it. But then it's based on key elements, and that's what you have to for sure remember for your exam, that what are the four key elements of lean. Waste elimination. So waste elimination is about making sure that there is no unnecessary activity or no waste of resources or products that are being processed, so that there is synchronization. And that leads to, as I said, synchronization, because once there is less waste, there is better production and synchronization of activities where there is a combination of things happening. So synchronization means that one after the other, the activities flow in a smooth way, and it's not like everyone has to be told or something like that. Then behavior, it involves how the employees are behaving with each other. Are they treating each other respectfully? Are they coordinating and communicating in a smooth manner? And all those things. And then if they are able to communicate within themselves, then they are able to focus on the customers instead of issues within the company or within the team. So then they are able to focus and involve the customers in the process to make sure that the customers are happy, because the aim is to give a good quality and the demanded time. So that's why waste elimination, synchronization, behavior, and customer focus. These are the four important aspects of lean. They will for sure ask you a question about this in the exam, that which of the following is not a key element in the lean, or which of the following is an element of lean. So you make sure you remember them perfectly. Take a minute, ask me any questions that you might have. If it's clear, can I get a thumbs up from everyone? All right, let's move forward. Now let's talk about lean synchronization. There are two approaches to lean synchronization. One is a more traditional approach. There are two differences. One is a traditional approach, which is the way normal operations work, but then there can be a lean synchronization approach. So in a traditional approach, what happens is that there is a focus on high utilization, but which leads to more output at each stage. Then when it goes to inventory, because of continuing stoppages and early stages, so there can be extra output or less output. So there can be issues because of high utilization. There is not enough time for the resources to rest. High inventory reduces chance of problem being exposed and solved. But if we have a high inventory, no one will realize that the processes have an issue, because at the end of the day, the demand is being met. We are not in a stock out. But this can lead to more stoppages because of problems, that eventually there will be more stoppages. And this can lead to a problem that although you can go back to your high inventory and use it, but on a longer term, this will become a problem. And at some point, things will collapse. That's the issue with the traditional approach. Whereas in a lean synchronized approach, there are fewer stoppages. The focus is on producing when needed. So there is more streamline and clarity. And that's why even though there is low utilization and less surplus, but then everyone is satisfied. That's the key thing, that at the end of the day, in lean synchronization, the process is a more synchronized manner. Things are working in a coordinated manner. That's lean synchronization.